There is a legend that says if you, or in most cases, your parents, own a house with a basement, that you can summon two doors that will either give you everything you desire or showcase your worst fears to an extreme degree. A red door and a green door. For example, if you desire love and affection because your parents or friends never show it, or if you crave a solid, nurturing, loving relationship with a loyal partner, one door will grant all of that for eternity. But if you have an extreme fear of clowns, the other door will lead you to a world overrun with demonic clowns with guttural voices that will chase you for all of eternity. Burning in hell would seem like more the preferred choice. However, there will be no telltale sign that one door is the correct door. It is literally a 50-50 chance. One of the biggest rules of this game, you cannot play with another person, because one person will want to choose the red door and the other the green door, and if this happens, nobody gets what they want, and both parties will be trapped in limbo forever. No happiness, no pain, just pure nothingness. You're probably wondering how this became to be. Well, just lay there safely in your beds, and I will tell you. If you still want to play after this, I will tell you the rules as I tell the tale of the legend of the red and green doors. It all started in the 1970s, somewhere in Indiana, or was it Michigan? Nevada? Sorry, the location changes with every telling. There was a family who bought a brand new home, a husband and wife, daughter Jessica, and a daughter Lila. When the husband and wife were handed the keys, Jessica and Lila burst inside and ran all around their brand new home. They explored all 2,400 square feet. They playfully argued over which of the 5 bedrooms would be theirs, which of the 3 full bathrooms were just theirs, and so on. But as always, their parents had to shut it down. With the booming voice, father shouted,
"You two, stop running and help with the furniture."
Both of them stopped in their tracks. With defeated looks, they went downstairs and began helping. That's one thing I forgot to mention. While both parents had high-paying jobs, father being an electrician and mother being an orthopedic surgeon, they both had high tempers, always screaming and shouting at the kids. It seemed like paradise on the outside looking in, but had people known the hell that was going on within that home, all they would see is a dark, gloomy home. Fast forward a few months, and Jessica and Lila are playing video games on the family Atari 2600. As always, an argument breaks out on whose turn it is, due to technicalities on dying and points and levels, if you could call them levels back then. Father's booming voice roared out,
"You two, stop making so much noise."
Jessica and Lila must have not heard it because they were still arguing, which was quickly broken with heavy footsteps coming down the stairs.
"I told you two to stop making noise. Now go into the basement and sweep the floors and organize the boxes this instant."
With a heavy sigh, both of them did just that. As they were doing what father had instructed, they began to argue.
This is all your fault, Lila. Had you just let me finish the level, I would have given you the controller. But no, you had to be a big baby about it.
Shut up! Don't call me a baby! You're the baby, stupid head!
come off it. You know, we shouldn't even be doing this. I mean, now I understand that Father made us do the yard work for 8 hours one time because we both made it a mess for his backyard with our play gun wars. But we even didn't do anything this time.
You know what? You're right. I heard stories of mother and father yelling at other people for worse things. All we did was argue over the video game. I wish we had Blake and Shannon's parents. They don't yell or scream, only when they've been really bad.
Me too, Leela. Me too.
They both embraced each other and stayed that way for a while. As they were letting go, Jessica and Lila both cut themselves on the cheap broom handles they were both holding. Both of them yelped in pain, and a drop of blood from both of their hands dropped onto the floor. Without warning, a rumbling shook the basement. In the distance, there looked to be the top corners of 2 separate doors. Quickly, they ran up to their rooms and slammed the door shut. The next morning, they both awoke to notes next to their beds. The note read, "We heard your cries. We heard your pain. Give us more blood, and it will all go away." Just then, Lila burst into Jessica's room.
Jessica, did you write this just to scare me?
No! I thought you wrote that just to scare.
They both then realized they received the same exact note with the exact same handwriting.
Do you think this has anything to do with us cutting our hands on Father and Mother's brooms?
I'm not sure. How is this even possible? I mean, I don't think our parents would do this. They aren't that mean. And plus, they wouldn't even have known. We didn't tell them, remember?
They both went back to the basement and tried to see if the pieces of the doors were still there. They weren't. Puzzled, they looked at each other and back at the notes, wondering what it meant. Lada then shot up and said,
Wait, remember we were talking about how much we hated our parents? And then we hugged, and then we cut our hands? Let's try that.
Jessica couldn't find anything wrong with that logic, so she complied. They both began telling stories to each other on how father and mother mistreated them and how they wished for a better family. They hugged, but this time they intentionally cut their hands and bled more onto the floor of the basement. The ground shook, and even more and more of the 2 doors appeared. This time, however, whispers filled the air, and with that, Jessica and Lila fled upstairs and tended to their wounds. Later that night, after dinner, Father spoke to the 2 of them.
You know, I'm getting really sick and tired of the 2 of you running around my house. The next time I hear you 2, I'm gonna make you cut the grass with safety scissors.
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Good. Now both of you wash the dishes and then go upstairs and finish your homework.
As they were washing the dishes, they both felt a presence, and then a note being gently placed in their back pockets. Then the presence was gone. They reached in and found another note. It read, "We thank you for your gift. We know you are sore. We desire blood and the thing you most cherish, and then we will give you more." They quickly finished the dishes and ran upstairs to grab their most cherished item. Jessica decided on a necklace she never wore that was given to her by her late grandmother, and Lila decided on her teddy bear she still sleeps with. They crept down the stairs and into the dark basement. On the floor waiting for them was a single match that seemed to be perfectly illuminated by the moonlight. There were 2 notes again. They read, "Give us more life and burn your heart, for we will remove all strife and give you a new start." They repeated what they did before, complaining and wishing for a better life, hugging and cutting themselves and letting them bleed even more onto the floor. With a bloodied hand, Jessica struck the match against the floor and set her necklace on fire, and Lila threw her teddy bear onto the fire. The ground began to shake violently to where they felt the top floor would collapse onto them. Suddenly, as soon as it started, it ended. They looked ahead and saw the two doors that weren't there before, a red door and a green door. A note appeared in the ashes. It read, "One door will lead you to your wish, the other to your doom. Will you pick the door to freedom or the door to gloom?"
Well, how do we know which one to pick? I mean, what if we pick the wrong door? Then both of us get screwed.
Well, maybe we can both open them at the same time and look inside. If one of us gets the bad door, we can shut it and then race to the other.
I mean, the note didn't say anything about it, so let's do it.
Oh, if only they knew the dreaded mistake they were about to make. Both of them took a door and opened it. They looked inside and saw nothing but blackness. They walked inside, and then both doors slammed shut behind them. And that was the last time we ever saw Jessica and Lila again, forever trapped in the basement behind the hidden red and green doors. So, dear listener, there may be a reason why you feel like there's someone in your basement when you walk up the stairs. You may unknowingly be in Jessica and Lila's home, or maybe it is because the previous owner had failed the ritual. But as said before, if you really want to gamble with your life, this is what you must do. Go down into your basement with your most cherished possession: a stuffed animal from a loved one who is no longer with us, a book given by a best friend, a necklace from a lost flame, etc. The sharpest knife or blade you own, and something to set your cherished item on fire. Go down into your basement, close your eyes, and tell them your pain and then what you desire. Slice your hand deep, and then let the blood pour onto the floor. Then, set your item on fire. The ground will violently shake, and then the two doors will appear. The next step is to pick the right door. Will you pick the correct door and have the largest mansion among all the smaller houses? Will you suddenly wake up to your celebrity crush? Or will you be trapped in a world of your worst fears? Just be sure to play by their rules. Otherwise, you have to make friends with Jessica and Lila and all of us down here in the basement. Good luck. And if you don't have a basement, we're probably hiding in your attic too.